The answer is not necessarily to give vaccine. In fact, we know that the vaccine will have a delayed response.
As Michigan's COVID infection rate surges, the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is taking issue with how the state is responding, pushing vaccines, asking residents to pull back on indoor dining, and asking high schools to switch to virtual learning for 2 weeks after spring break. The CDC says it's not the right approach.
The answer to that is to really close things down, to go back to our basics, to go back to where we were last spring, last summer, and to shut things down, to flatten the curve.
And that call to action comes the same day Governor Whitmer was in Ypsilanti with Congresswoman Debbie Dingell and other community leaders, touring a vaccination site on EMU's campus, pushing for more Michiganders to get vaccinated.
I believe government's role is when we can't take action to protect ourselves, the government must step in. That's where we were a year ago.
But things have changed. The governor believes the state has advanced from that position, and a shutdown is not the answer, but instead community action.
To do your part. We now have PPE, we now have testing, we now have vaccines. We each have enough information to do our part.
The governor has called on the White House to increase vaccine supplies,
lobbying for additional vaccines to come to Michigan.
If we tried to vaccinate our way out of what is happening in Michigan, we would be disappointed that it took so long for the vaccine to work.
In fact, the federal government does not support sending more vaccines to Michigan.
Rather than taking vaccines and shifting it to playing whack-a-mole isn't the strategy that public health leaders and scientists have laid out.
But for now, the governor's strategy is calling on Michiganders to step up and believe in personal responsibility.
We know that we are at the end close to the end of this saga if we all do our part.
In Southfield, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.